Hello there again, mi amigos. El Snako es aquí. Sorry, that's my attempt at introducing myself in Spanish. I'd like to say thank you to the Desert Plant Diary for that comment that you left on my first video. Means a lot. Already got some people interested. I love the look of your channel. It's definitely something I want to aim for, and being able to get the terminologies and lingo correct, which has led me, I've had these books for a while, but I haven't really dug into them yet. Just a bit of light reading, but this one here has been a godsend to me. I've gone through and earmarked a few pages of possible species that I have with me. I've still got to I've got the genus. I've still got to narrow it down to the exact subspecies. See, I'm learning. But yeah, anyone else looking to start out? Starting out with succulents, written by David L. Jones. Very, very handy guide. Start out with this guy, which I've just found out he is a Haworthia. Thanks again to the Succulent Diary. They got me onto that. Looked up Haworthias, and as it turns out, I didn't realise how different Haworthias can be. So we'll start out with this bad boy. Correct me if I'm wrong. Haworthia attenuata. Attenuata. Haworthia attenuata, I believe, is what this bad boy is. Favoured by general gardeners and collectors alike, this lovely species has tough, fleshy leaves, liberally marked with white tubercles. It forms in crowded clumps. Yep. The individual rosettes with erect to spreading tapered leaves. Very correct. Plants in the sun often take bronze to reddish tints, while those in the shade are much greener. This species is extremely variable in many forms. Well, he's been in the shade. This bad boy. I don't know if I want to put him in the sun. I quite like the contrast of the green and white. I call him my spiky zebra. But yeah, it turns out I've got quite a few Haworthias, and it's a very interesting species now that I look into it, because Haworthia, this bad boy, is also a Haworthia. Get the focus on there. So I've found out in the last episode, I wasn't sure if it was sunburnt or overwatered. According to this, where is it? I believe it is a Haworthia mucronata. This variable clumping species forms tight rosettes of bright green succulent leaves. Some forms have small, soft marginal spines on the leaves, which definitely is a characteristic of that one, which end in long tapered points. Yeah, it's small, but yeah, there's definitely a tapered point there. That image, that photo, oops, that's him just there. I'm trying to compare. But yeah, it goes on to say this species attains its best appearance in diffused or filtered light, so I need to get him back in the shade. I might put him out the back by the greenhouse, which gets some nice shade through there. So continuing on, I couldn't find anything on this, but I do believe she's also a Haworthia. just from the general description of what they can be. Got to do a bit more research on that one. What else did I find out that I thought might be interesting? Sorry, I've lost where sedums. Now, sedum is another one that I didn't know how varied their species could be. Not 100% on it, but I do believe. Where'd you go? Sorry. As I said, the production value here is high. I've completely lost it. Alright, we'll just skip to the next year mark. Haworthia, we've been there. Yes. Gasteria, which is what I believe this one is. To be more exact, I believe it is the Gasteria bicolor. There's not much information on that. This is just a photo of it in here. But yeah, the Gasteria is quite a large species, small species. They grow stemless, thick fleshy leaves that are usually marked with spots or roughened by warts and tubercles, which these are the white little tubercles here, I believe. There's quite a few different nice looking ones. I might look into getting myself a couple of those in the future. Yes, moving on. Europhobia. Got a few of these. But they're quite an interesting little species. I haven't got any of them out here to show you. Anyway, moving on. My Echeveria, part of the Crassulae family, which I believe these are some form of Echeveria. It's quite a large species, so I need a bit more further research to narrow them bad boys down. So over here, I believe this is another Echeveria. My baby's toes, in that book, these are the only, can you see that? Yeah. They're the only plant of that species according to this book. Phenistaria aurantakea. So naturally in nature, just the tips of these leaves would be showing. So I think I've planted it wrong. I think I meant to plant it just so you can see the very tip of that leaf. Hence why it appears to be dying. Sorry, this video is very spur of the moment. I haven't really had much time to think it out, what I was gonna do. But here we are. Crassula perforata. This is my Crassula perforata. With flat leaves, this South African species are fused into pairs, with the twiggy stems passing through the centre of each pair, which you can see if we focus. Each pair of leaves there has the stem growing straight up out the middle. Stunning little white flowers it gets. Thumbs up for me wearing a shirt on this episode and pants. I'm all beiged out today. I feel like the crocodile hunter. But yeah, I've just realised how boring this video probably is. But there will definitely be more coming. I just need to do a bit more research into... Sorry, I figured out what this bad boy is. Where is it? Scheisse. It's Senkio. Senecio. This Stapiliad, I believe. I love them. I want to see what the flowers are like on this. I still haven't seen a flowering version, but something different going on, I've just noticed. Yeah, at the top. Just got a new little thing happening there. Oh, you ruined it.